bring in our panel now, shall we? The former minister...
Owen Jones is like, fuck, I don't have the moral high ground. I better think of a good way of talking about what cunts Jews are. So
Labour MP Dame Margaret Hodge and the author and Guardian columnist Owen Jones. I mean, I don't even know where to start. I mean, the stories that are coming out, and we're learning more and more about this. It is heartbreaking. It is sickening, as President Biden.
I mean, heartbreaking and sickening. I think it's again, most insane stuff ever. Right? We're going to look at what's heartbreaking and sickening next. Right? How that story broke. What made Owen Jones gets his ass handed.
Biden was saying. Margaret, you were talking earlier before we went on air about how you visited the kibbutz recently.
All right, so let's just go to Owen Jones.
Somebody they know, they're a cousin, brother. Actually depressing for me, having been there in February. I think this is...
were kidnapped and are now being held hostage by Hamas. There's no cause on earth which justifies the slaughter of innocent civilians, and...
But...
the horror and disgust, is raw with so many people, and the anguish of what those left behind are going for is indescribable.
But
obviously, my concern about what
indescribable, awful, subhuman cunts, right? I want to make sure they're all okay.
Informed by what's happened before. When we talk about how Israel responds,
buddy, cunts like this will say, "Oh, Israel over response. Oh no, what a complete over response. They commit genocide." What are you going to do when we actually do that? Right? What are you going to do when we actually respond in a way? Here's the thing: we need to respond in a way that everybody, for the rest of time, right, for the rest of living history, right, which maybe just so it's only 20 years, right? We need to respond in a way where you see that it is the cost of this type of terrorism is too great, right? That you need to be terrified, absolutely terrified, that if you engage in this vile, disgusting behavior, that you will be completely eradicated. Your way of life is going to be eradicated, right? Yeah, and the whole world is calling for a disproportionate response, right? And I don't think it's disproportionate. That's the thing. There's nothing you can really do at the moment that people go, "Oh, that's too." I mean, I guess if we went into Gaza and we started raping and murdering and indiscriminately killing, that would be too much. I agree with you, right? I do agree with you. But here's the thing, right? Here's the difference between Hamas and Gaza and the people of Gaza and the people of Israel. And I include the Arabs that live in Israel. Terrorists in general need to be terrified, right? Absolutely terrified of the idea of committing these sort of atrocities, which is what's going to happen, right? You're going to see a disproportionate response, and you're going to see a disproportionate response to enable the West. But so he doesn't want to see that happen, right? Because he likes this shit.
Already, the Israeli government, which is a far-right government...
No, it's not. I know you want to call it a far-right government. We are a right-wing government. A far-right government, say, we don't want to let you kill us. No, I'm sorry, that's just not true, right? You want to paint Netanyahu as this far-right guy? In what way? Which policy? Right? If Israel wanted, we could just step back and nuke Gaza. Let's be clear: we could nuke off the coast of Gaza and cause a tsunami and get rid of the problem that way, right? We don't need to risk anyway. But it's going down. Gaza's going down, right? Gaza is certainly going down. My son, my younger son, I had to give his phone in. I was talking to somebody who lives like 3 or 4 houses down from me. That his son is my son's in the tank corps as a loader. His son is in infantry, I think. He's officer, I think, in the infantry. He was due to get out in 10 days, but they're both in Gaza, like sharing a room, I think. So he apparently said, yeah, I've been training. They're keeping them busy with lots of training, right? There's so much training going on. He's been training how to take out this house, right? Take out a building, and then they just blew it up. So like it's not there anymore, right? So Gaza is going down, right? And again, Owen, what steps is Israel taking to avoid civilian casualties? Oh yeah, we're phoning people who aren't there, right? Say get out, right? Save yourself, save your children. Did they phone any of the kibbutzes or the villages before they went and raped and murdered everyone? Say get out. No, they didn't do that, did they?
Have made clear that they will institute a policy of collective punishment.
Yeah, well, because again, this is the legally. This is not a people being held on siege. Now, again, I want to explain to you the difference of. I think the people with the Palestinian worldview and the people with the Israeli worldview. Yeah, I was just about to tell you that. During it was 2014 when those three boys were kidnapped and murdered by Hamas, and this nearly went down. Then it came close, right? It came close. I had this neighbor's kid. He had the green face paint on, ready to go in the land invasion. And they called off. So during that time, at the beginning of it, there was a Palestinian boy that was kidnapped and brutally murdered, right? I think burnt to death, like horrible. And they said Jews did it, Jewish settlers did it, right? And we said, no, that would be ridiculous. We are offended at the very allegation, right? And it turned out it was a mentally ill kid with a couple of other like sick people. They did it, right? But here's the thing: they did do it. The shame, the shame that went across the Israeli society that we could have done something so heinous, right? Somebody from our world could have done it. We were ashamed of it. We were sickened. We were genuinely sickened. They laugh and go, hey, we're so happy. So I'm sorry. We're doing everything we can to avoid civilian casualties. But what would you have us do? Right? How else do we defend that? Like, what's your solution? You cunt. And I want to be clear. Owen cunt-face moron Jones, right? Just to be 100% clear. The reason this is happening, the very reason this is happening is because moron cunts like you told us we need to give them Gaza. We need to evacuate Gush Katif and give them this prime beachfront real estate so there would be peace. This is the result of your idiot policy. Every dead child, be it Jewish, be it Palestinian, be it from Gaza, that blood is on your hands because you are an idiot schmuck.
The defense minister said, I've ordered a complete siege in the Gaza Strip. There will be...
Yeah, that's what war looks like. We didn't fucking start it. And really, it's the last thing we want to do. But yeah, this is what war looks like. Don't cry now like a little bitch cunt.
No electricity, no food, no fuel. Everything is closed. We are fighting human animals and we act...
We are fighting human animals.
Accordingly.
Yes, that's 100% accurate.
That is the language of war crimes. It is...
No, okay. The language of war crimes is cutting fucking babies' heads off! You fucking apologist cunt!
It's illegal under international law.
Again, you're arguing. You keep telling us we do illegal things. Seen any convictions in The Hague, have you? No, because you're lying. Because you're an idiot little boy cunt.
To impose collective punishment on a people. 80%. Can I?
Just out of curiosity, during World War II, when Britain was bombing Germany and Germany was bombing Britain, were they both being illegal? Oh no! But when the Jews were round up putting conflict, was that illegal? Oh dear. That's right. So don't interrupt me. Look in cringe like the cunt he is.
I've let you speak. So you're going to respond. 80% of those who live in Gaza, which is an open-air prison.
No, it's not. Again, it has a security fence around it because they voted into power people their raison d'etre, right? In their articles of what's it called again? In their charter was to annihilate all Jews. So yeah, when a Nazi part, when a town that we give away for peace, a beautiful piece of real estate, a city we give away for peace, right? Then votes in the Nazi party, the Nazi ISIS party, right? And they say, oh, fuck, yeah, we're so fucking going to kill Jews. Aha! At that point, we go, could we maybe stop you killing Jews? And people like Owen Jones says, you inhuman cunt. Yeah, no. That's why there's a fence there. Why is there a fence there? We're going to look and see what happens when that fence goes down in a minute.
Depend on humanitarian aid.
But you're not acknowledging.
No, what happens to that humanitarian aid? Like, what happens to the humanitarian aid? Hundreds of millions of dollars, right? When's the last time they built a hospital? When's the last time they built a school? No, they put it into building rockets and bullshit like this. I'm sorry. They got hundreds of millions they could have done anything with. They chose this. And they're celebrated for it. And they're defended by weedy little schmuck cunts like you.
Owen.
50%,
You're not acknowledging
50%.
Owen.
Margaret, I've let you speak at great length.
I'll let you speak. Now I'm going to lie.
I tell you what I can't stand is that you're using the horrors that we've experienced.
By the way, look at this little tactic he always uses. Like, go, I'm going to think about you for a second. See? Oh, yeah, I love this. Look at that.
Is that you're using the horrors that we've experienced in the last 3 days to bang the drum about an issue that you've been banging the drum.
No, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. To get me right.
Using the horrors that we've experienced in the last 3 days to bang the drum about an issue that you've been banging the drum on forever.
No, I'm not.
And what I think
Margaret,
you should really think about is how the people of Israel who have now been there for, have nowhere else to go.
Margaret,
they have nowhere else to go.
Is it possible for me to respond? Right.
Again, can you respond to her point?
Right now, Palestinian children whose life is as sacred as a child in Israel are being slaughtered.
And that's your fault. And that's your fault, and that's Hamas's fault. Okay, who does anything to avoid civilian casualties? Yeah, you're so fucking knowledgeable, Owen. Tell me the first thing that Israel does. Well, they phone all the cell phones in their area. They drop leaflets. They say, get out. What more can you want us to do? What does Hamas do to avoid civilian casualties? Nothing. They work to kill civilian casualties in the most obscene way.
They are dying, okay? Now, 50% of the...
Yeah, and it's your fault. And you're using that rhetoric to defend scum.
Please let me...
Because you are scum.
Finish.
I'll let you come in.
50% of the population of the Gaza Strip are children. And those children are being bombed by a government which has said that we are fighting human animals.
Yeah, they are. Okay, well, what sane person could possibly argue with that?
And we act accordingly. Benjamin Netanyahu demanded the civilians of Gaza Strip leave.
Yes! Fuck off! We're about to flatten it. I'm sorry you voted in insane cunts. I'm sorry that happened. Yeah, fuck off. We're about you. You're welcome. Demanding it to leave. I wish somebody demanded they could leave those fucking kibbutzes. I wish somebody demanded they leave that fucking concert. God. No, did anybody demand that? You racist fuck. Fucking racist fuck. Anti-Semitic cunt.
You cannot leave the Gaza Strip. It is
yes, because Hamas stops you.
Under blockade by air, sea, and land.
No, but you can leave Gaza City, or you could leave the street about to be bombed. If Hamas isn't stopping you, or if you don't want to make a point.
Now, 96%, please let me finish.
Yeah, I will, but...
96%, because Margaret's...
Yeah, now he's really going to go and melt down, little cunt.
Break at length. 96% of those who have died in the last 15 years are Palestinians.
Who gives a shit? Don't start a fucking war with a super fucking power, with a nuclear fucking power. I'm sorry. I'm sorry we're stronger than you. I'm sorry we're greater. That doesn't give you the right to rape and murder our fucking children. Fuck, cunt.
And we cannot talk about what's happened because, you know, when I spoke to my Israeli friend who took that call, for him...
You can't talk about it in the way that you want to talk about it. You should blame the Jews.
What he wants is this to never happen again. And that context for him was so important. Because unless there is a lasting peace, which does mean ending the occupation...
Okay. Here's that stipulation for ending the occupation. How about... There's no occupation. Firstly, motherfucker, cunt. What occupation? We ended the occupation on your say-so. And this is what happened. Can you take any responsibility for your idiot cunt ideas?
And a policy of apartheid.
Okay.
There's no policy of apartheid. You're a liar. We have Arab Muslims in every facet of fucking society. You lying fucking piece of shit, cunt.
And ending the murder of Palestinian civilians.
Which you called are facilitated by Hamas, right? And we do everything. Murder. That's murder, is it?
Then this will never end.
Margaret.
Well,
No, it's going to end because Hamas is going to end, right? It's going to end the way Hamas wanted it to end, with complete annihilation. It's just going to be theirs. It's going to end.
I would say is that Owen is completely and utterly ignoring what has happened over the last few days.
I love his fake confused. Like,
Owen, just wait.
All you've talked about, Owen, is your obsession, the obsession with so many people around the issue around Palestine. It's been an obsession forever. And you should just think at the moment, if you were an Israeli sitting there, if you'd had family, I mean, here I am, I'm sitting here, and the people I visited probably...
That's hilarious. I can't be... Other definition of I can't be racist, I have a black friend. Yes, I know. That's so funny.
I don't know how many of them are still alive. Are you saying they have no right to defend themselves? Are you saying they have no right to be... All you have argued is how... I've never supported the Netanyahu government.
No. I basically always have. And I think you apologizing for it is a bad idea and going along... The other big problem is you've gone along with his definitions too much. It's not an open-air prison. It's not an apartheid state. And it's not an occupation. That's all factually lies. That's actually what we call blood libels, right? It's the most traditional form of anti-Semitism, right? It's when you say those Jews have done something despicable. It's designed to want to make people hate Jews. You are an anti-Semite just by definition. Again, no occupation. You lied about that, right? No apartheid state. You lied about that, right? I'm sorry. Okay, how many black people were working on the Supreme Court, judges on the Supreme Court during apartheid South Africa? Let me think. There was none. Oh, fuck me. We have Muslims, Palestinians who win MasterChef. You dumb cunt. Okay, if I go to hospital right now, I'm probably going to have a Palestinian doctor. Go to any business as Palestinians and Jews. Get the fuck... What? Again, we hate the ones over here. For no reason, we put them in an open-air prison and we target them. We want them to die. But we're fine with them over here. Fucking cunt.
I've always been critical of that. But at this moment in time...
I have to respond. Oh, well, you didn't like it, did you?
Moment in time. This is the most horrific... This is the most horrific...
Please don't point out that I've been wrong all my life about everything, because I'm a whiny little cunt.
Occasion and you should... you condemn it. Do you even condemn it?
I just opened in the strongest possible terms condemning the atrocity.
Yeah, but I don't think you really meant it. I don't think you really meant it.
You don't think they have the right...
I don't believe a military solution...
You don't think they have a right to defend their state of Israel?
The military solutions that have been pursued against the Gaza Strip have led to huge bloodshed.
You don't think they have the right to defend themselves?
I think a military attack on Gaza will lead to countless dead Israeli soldiers.
That's true. That's true. And it could be my kids. and we don't have any choice. We have no choice. We don't want to do this. You fucking idiot. And the reason we're having to do this is because you, moron, in 2005 told us to disengage. They've had it for 19 years. And this is the best they could do with it.
And huge numbers of
They
civilians.
should allow the hostages
What is
to die.
And
They should allow the hostages to die.
Margaret, when you said, please, it's very difficult to have a
Like a schmuck, but darling, have you ever considered not being a schmuck? If you don't like it.
conversation, we just speak over each other. I don't think it's that
really, because you make me really angry because you're using this horror.
No, Margaret, when we're talking...
And she's flattening him, all right? Oh, I love it.
I'm going to come in. I am actually going to...
I gotta win! No!
Come in, okay?
Right.
I'm going to come in.
Sorry.
Thank you, both of you, for speaking.
Look at him wait! They're going to cut his mic in a minute.
No.
We have to talk about the Palestinians being killed now. That's the point. That's not an obsession
It's my
with the issue.
programme,
I get that.
let you
say
speak.
it's an
Hey, that.
obsession with Palestine when we're talking about Palestinian civilians who are being killed
Thank
right
you
now.
very much
And their
for
worth is equal to those
coming on the
Israelis.
programme
Mike.
and having the debate. It is an... I utterly accept that with
Look at him pout like a little cunt.
babies, children dying.
Don't talk about all the babies that the Hamas killed. That will make people not hate Jews.
It's
both, and they both matter the same.
Yeah, and they're both dead because of you.
with babies and children.
To say that controversial is...
I think it's pretty clear that with babies and children dying, emotions are running extremely high, and I actually think that this just demonstrates this, well, the emotion that people are feeling, the anger that people are feeling now.
I'm going to go late because, like, we're really going over a lot of the stuff here. But yeah, I think this is a good stream. So, what are people a little bit uptight about? Like, what's got people a little bit on edge? Let's have a look. Well, there's a few things actually. Not that one, not that one, that one, not that one. That was bizarre. Where is it? Doink. Yeah, there we go. And also, is there? I thought I had that.
It's not a battlefield. You see the babies, the mother, the fathers in the bedroom.
Yeah, look, this is like when the Allied soldiers first saw concentration camps in World War II. They're like, these soldiers can't believe what they fucking seen.
Rooms, in the protection rooms, and how the terrorists kill them. It's not a war. It's not a battlefield. It's a massacre. It's a terror activity. So you can look it about on yourself. It's something that I never saw in my life. It's something that we used to.
Oh God, there was a guy on Tim Pool yesterday. Thank God Tim Pool started coming around because oh God, it was really making me crazy. I couldn't listen to him for long, but he was saying, "Oh yeah, this guy is dodgy. He's far right. He's like fuck you." And like, here's the thing: people like Tim Pool didn't actually believe believe this. It was too extreme. And just today, before I came on, about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, my time, about 3 UK time, he released a video saying CBS has also confirmed it. I guess this is true, right? And even then, he's like, "Well, maybe it was an accident, during fire." No, you're gonna find out.
Imagine, as our grandfather and grandmother in the pogrom in Europe and other places, it's not something that happened in the new history, in the near history.
Yeah, look, this is never again means never again, and we've really got to make it very clear, never again, right? Never again. So here's the footage that came out yesterday, the news report.
To even explain exactly just the mass casualties that happened right here. In fact, the Israeli military says they still don't have a clear number, but I'm talking to some of the soldiers and they say what they've witnessed as they've been walking through these different houses, these different communities, babies, their heads cut off. That's what
I mean, like, again, this again, my emotion chip is off at this point. It's the weirdest thing because I was like, I was in a state, right? This turned my emotion chip off. It overloaded it. I can't think, right? It's not a thing. I can't feel. It's which is good. Fuck me, it's very good, right? Because I get to function again, which is good, right? But yeah, this is the most insane shit.
What they said, gunned down, families completely gunned down in their beds. You can see some of these soldiers right now comforting each other. Many of them reserves who jumped into action, leaving their own families behind as well, not knowing the sheer horror that they were about to come to. They say they've never experienced anything like this. This is nothing that anyone could have even imagined when you're walking through here.
I tell you, it isn't. But, you know, I guess we're going to go long because there's a lot more stuff.
Baby cribs thrown to the side. Doors thrown wide open. Still some Israeli bodies still here because the fighting in this community just ended just recently. So many of these troops are still going house to house, door to door. It's taken them sometimes 30 minutes, 40 minutes because many of these houses are also still have grenades in them, booby traps. In fact, as we're trying to get closer to some of these scenes, we're being told, no, get back from some of these Israeli.
The evil involved. It's just it's beyond anything, you know, that the Western mind can really accept.
Really military because there are still grenades in the area. I want us to keep walking through, continue to kind of see the destruction that's happening on the ground here. Even something as simple as a soccer net just left to the side here as people were with their families playing. I see in the distance more bodies.
And look, this is not a wealthy neighborhood, right? You can tell it's like a nice little place. It's a kibbutz.
He's being covered.
Yeah.
All the while as they're covering these Israeli bodies, trying to evacuate everyone else from the territory, taking all of the casualties out of here. It's also littered with the bodies of terrorists. So we're hearing from one of the lead commanders here. It was anywhere from maybe 70 armed terrorists who made their way here from the Gaza border fence.
And they've got 1,500 so far. Well, they got killed,
which is less than a
or as we like to say in Mossad said, neutralized.
Quarter of a mile away. And as I said, the atrocities that they committed, violence with guns, with grenades, with knives, targeting these innocent civilians inside their homes. So for the soldiers here, it's a very, very difficult scene for them as well. As I said, leaving their families behind, but they say they will continue to be here, continue to kill every terrorist who is in the area. You can hear we're very, very close to the Gaza Strip, so we continue to hear artillery firing overhead as well. Even as we were giving this tour, we were told to get on the ground and take cover because you
this is a war!
Actually, because you're so close to the Strip right now, you don't even get the red alert. You actually hear the boom before you're even told to get to the ground. So this is the reality, and this is what all of these soldiers, you can see, none of them expecting this, but all of them being here, ready for the fight nonetheless, and proud to fight for their country is what I'm hearing as well.
It's not for our country. It's not even for our lives, right? It's for civilization.
And so that's why they want to show the press. They want to show these very, very difficult images, David, but they want everyone out here because they want to see and show exactly what is happening here on the ground.
So I don't have the picture, thank God, but there was like, they recovered bodies of children they burnt alive. It's beyond imagining. I don't understand. So like, then we have things like this. 1 second. Where is it? So this is one I can't confirm this, but I think this is true, right? This is an interrogation. Yeah, so look at this evil. What did you want to do with them? To have their way with them.
ايش يعني؟
شو معنى يتوسطوا؟
What's that mean?
احكي
بديش احكي يعني انا
احكي للبنات يعني مزبوط شو بدهم يسوون؟
يوسخوا فيهم يعني ينيلوهم
Dirty them, to rape them, right?
يعني كلمة الوسخ هذيك
وليش اخذوا الاولاد الصغار الاطفال؟
Why take the kids and the babies?
عشان سخنوهم.
To rape them? Fuck me. Fuck me. Like, what do you want us to do? Right? What's this one? Yeah. Like, my Facebook feed is just dead person after dead person after dead person. It's crazy. Right? That's this one. This is heartbreaking.
אני שתי הבנות שלי, הייתי איתן בקשר אתמול בבוקר.
So I was on the phone in the morning with my two daughters, and I know Hebrew, so saying the right thing. This translation is correct. The kids were at the big hippie drug fist desert concert.
עם טלפון פתוח.
With an open microphone laying on the ground and under immense amounts of pressure. We're hearing absolute carnage and gunshots in the background.
אני שומע ברקע מטווח של ברווזים. אני שומעת שמדברים בערבית.
Dad, I hear him talking Arabic around when she told me. I told them to lay down with their faces towards the ground.
אמרתי להם, תשכבו עם הפנים לרצפה, לא לנשום אפילו.
Don't even breathe. I heard 4 last deep breaths, and they stopped answering.
עד ששמעתי 4 נשימות כאלה. ובזה, היא כבר לא ענתה לי. אני יוצא מהעיניים.
I close my eyes and I don't know where they are. They're either being raped in Gaza, and the only thing you can, if I was in that situation, I wouldn't be able to not think about this. Like, I don't know, I wish I didn't know what anti-tank weaponry does. Like, I wake up in terror every night thinking about, like, what happens if one of these rockets get fired at a tank my kid's in. Like, they're going to be cooked alive, and I won't ever not to be able to think about that. That's pretty darn heavy, mate. It's not good. It's not fun. It's not funny. But we don't have a fucking choice. They don't have a choice, and they would not step out this fight if I could stop them. So, it's pointless anyway. But, so yeah, being raped in Gaza.
ואני לא יודע איפה הם. או שאונסים אותם בעזה. או שהן זרוקות באיזה תעלה. אני מבקש שכל העולם
I want the
יראה
whole
את
world to
זה.
see this. I want the whole
שכל
world to
העולם יראה
hear
את מה שאני אומר.
what he has to say. We don't have a fucking choice, mate. We're not in normal situation here. So I think, did I show this? I don't think I showed this last time. Story. So there's this one as well.
ברגע שיצאנו מהממ"ד,
So we got out of my aunt,
דודה שלי
called my
התקשרה
mum,
לאמא
practically.
בצרחות, תפתחו את הפייסבוק,
Open Facebook.
תפתחו את
Open
הפייסבוק.
Facebook.
אמא לא
Mum
הצליחה בכלל לפתוח.
Open it at all. Thank God.
ידעה בכל הגוף
She
שלה.
was trembling. I opened it
אני פתחתי מהטלפון
from my
שלי,
phone and saw like
וראיתי זוועה.
the worst
ראיתי את האסון הכי גדול שאפשר בכלל
you
לדמיין.
could possibly imagine. My grandma, I can't fucking imagine. On Facebook. So what happened is they killed her and they took her phone and put it on her Facebook. Like it's the evilest shit you can
סבתא שלי
imagine.
על הרצפה, בבית שלה, רצוחה, בסרטון. כל
The
הרצפה
entire
דם.
floor covered in
סבתא
blood. My
שלי
grandma
שוכבת שם.
lying there.
המחבל פשוט לקח את הנייד הפרטי שלה, צילם אותה והעלה את זה לקיר פייסבוק הפרטי שלה. ככה
That's how we
התבשרנו,
found out. That's how we learned about
ככה
it.
גילינו את זה.
It screamed at the top of
צרחנו ברמות,
everyone here
כולם
just
פה
lost it.
איבדו
We
את זה,
screamed, we screamed.
צרחנו,
Most horrible
צרחנו.
thing
זה מראות הכי קשים
you could
שאפשר
ever
בכלל
imagine. Yes, it is.
לדמיין ולהריץ לעצמך בראש.
And run through your head.
פשוט זה לא עוזב אותנו עד עכשיו,
It
זה לא
just
יעזוב
doesn't
אותנו
leave us
בחיים.
Yeah, that's never leaving you. All right, here, look, I'll show you one more thing, then we'll bring the vibe up a little bit. All right, because it's important that we remember this, right? It's important that it's important that we know. There's a reason that they filmed the concentration camps, and they had the same reaction. I've spoken to people who went into the concentration camps, the first ones in, and they're like, what is this? Like, what? So there's a family. Look, they shot the father in the leg.
Your country. We are here.
They're either dead or hostages.
Hamas, the
On their Facebook live stream.
Where's
where are the others? Whatever. But like, putting anybody through this?
Help us here.
So then they, he's probably dead. He's too much trouble to move. And then they made the son go to the other houses. They forced their people to get out their homes.
Hey, anybody here?
So there is one good story. Like, one of these people were kidnapped. The mother there managed to like talk to them and calm them down and make them tea and give them cookies. That's why so people are saying stock up on tea and cookies. You're gonna need those tea and cookies, right? You are gonna need those tea and cookies. Strangely though, some people haven't been so vocal about it, right? So Rashida Tlaib normally got a bit of a big mouth, hasn't she?
Terrorists have cut off babies' heads and burned children alive. Do you support Israel's rights to defend themselves against this brutality?
We're just gonna go through there.
You can't comment about Hamas terrorists chopping off babies' heads?
I mean, did this woman ever imagine, in her wildest imagination, think that she would have I'll say the word chopping off babies' heads so many times in a 1 minute section? It's like, what are you gonna say? This is Biden. Honestly, Biden's best movie he's ever done. This is really gonna help him, right? This could really turn things around for him. Although again, I don't think there's going to be an election. I think we're in a inevitable. What's the word? Like, what's that game? Mousetrap, right? When one thing hits the other. I think we're locked in to an inevitable sequence now, and I think it's taking us to a scary place. I've been warning about this for 3 years. I thought it was going to come already. I think it's here, right? I think this is probably it. What's that, darling? Don't mean to say. You're normally a bit mouthy. Come on, speak up. Let's hear.
Congresswoman, do you have a comment on Hamas terrorists chopping off babies' heads?
Any comment?
You have nothing to say about Hamas terrorists chopping off babies' heads?
I mean, it just carries. It's more of the same, darling. Fine. So then, where we go. What else we got? And then we got the Hamas. They get asked about this, right? So let's see how they respond.
That civilians have not died.
We didn't kill any civilians. It depends.
What
on
about
how
the
to-
260 bodies? What about the 260 bodies at the music festival? Do you realise how absurd that sounds?
Now, within the operation, I cannot confirm this Israeli propaganda because we have also news and videos showing that Israel and what Israel is today doing inside.
No, darling, you did all this to yourself, okay? You did all this to yourself. You are Captain McFuckfucked, okay? Honestly, I would rather okay, Gaza's gonna be flattened. It's done. It's over, right? There's no saving it. Gaza is going to be flattened, right? The response. Look, if they're saying the response is something that's going to make you tremble for generations, and they're not talking about doing the shit that you did, Gaza's going to be flattened.
Gaza, based on the so-called Hannibal doctrine to kill thousands of Palestinians, including the hostages, and this is an adopted doctrine by the Israeli army.
Hang on, Israel is just sorry to interrupt you, but Israel says more than 700 civilians have been killed. That
must be a couple of days ago.
They have been appearing at hospitals, in morgues. The Israeli military have released pictures of some of the 260 bodies at a music festival. Are you really expecting us to believe that you have not killed civilians?
No, we don't have killed any civilians. But I have to say, I have to tell you as a well-respected journalist, we have also to redefine what does it mean a civilian. I cannot consider a settler in the occupied West Bank who is stolen my hand, carrying guns, burning the city of Hawaii.
Fuck you. You're lying about all of it, and even if it was true, it was 75 years ago. Okay? You're lying about all of it, and even if it was true, that was 75 years ago. A hippie chick at a concert doesn't know anything about it.
Is a civilian. We cannot continue anyone who is sitting around the borders, working on cyber and artificial intelligence to control and besiege 2.2.
Wait. So you're saying the legitimate military targets? You are a lying cunt.
3 million on the biggest open prison as a civilian.
Yeah. Every talking point, open prison. Fuck you. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.